What's going on, boys and girls of YouTube? Today I get to do a little bit of coaching, which is actually going to be really nice. I haven't done it in a while, and it's not the bungle. We're not jungle coaching. I believe this is Aphrodite solo that we will be coaching, if I am not mistaken. So we are going to go ahead and check this out real quick. So yeah, it looks like we got Aphrodite solo. Maybe, yeah, definitely solo. Mid, maybe? I actually don't know where this Aphrodite is going, and it's freaking me out a little bit. Okay, it is solo lane. We see her starting with boots 2, which is not something I completely hate here, because the idea is going to be to just clear and then be safe, which realistically makes sense. I think personally, you could go either way. You could go for I'm just gonna clear and be safe. It looks like she saw the team comp too and noticed that it's not a crazy fucking warrior in the soul lane or something you should have to worry about a lot about. I do have the speed up a little bit, so they're auto attacking super quick. So the boot starts fine here in this situation. Gonna grab boots, play back, play safe, and look for rotations, which is just core to what you're doing. You could also have gone a warrior's blessing start or something along those lines if you're gonna poke and be annoying, and that would have been perfectly fine. Or you could have gone a more damagey aggressive build, which would be perfectly fine. I prefer to just be safer about it, especially if you guys are learning, and a warrior's blessing would probably be what I'd look at. Just sit back, clear, play like a little fucking asshole in the back, and then wait till you group up for the team fights. And that is what it is. That's what it's going to be. This is a weird matchup, though. This is a Nuwa versus an Aphrodite. Really not favoring either for doing anything like kill-wise. You're kind of, like I said, clearing, start rotating, start proxying. I'm dying. Start proxying and getting to your team fights in the mid lane around that Gold Fury as soon as possible. This is a weird matchup. You don't see this very often. Just an Aphrodite in the lane in general, and then you just happen to run into a Nuwa. If this was in an SPL game, I would be disgusted as a jungler. I don't know if I'd be mad, but I would not be happy. I'll tell you that right now. This is the meta. I'd cry. So your here. You got lots of mana pots. You got multi-pots to be safe. You definitely don't need to be rolling both. I mean, not going to complain about it. Not going to knock you about it. You're rolling both the mana and health at the same time to get your mana up and to sustain through tanking the creeps. Not necessary though. I would not worry about these creeps here. So you're autoing this down for no real reason. It's about to they're up for 3 or 4 seconds. Don't worry about autoing them down when you got creeps to kill. You're also getting heavily out cleared because you haven't backed yet for your boots. So let's go back here. Let me go back to the exact moment. So this is like right off the rip. So the first blue buff, you could afford your boots. Right now you could technically, by the time you hit the base, you'd wait 2 seconds to get boots. Clearing the wave is definitely the move. But as soon as you clear this wave, so you're going to throw your 3, you hit level 2. You should have walked up and 2'd. Oh, okay, you leveled your 1. All right, I didn't even notice this. This is me backtracking. There is no fucking reason for you to level your 1 here at all. No reason. None at all. The amount of time you're going to be linked before 10 minutes is really, it should be like once or twice you should be linking, unless you guys are invading blue, but that's not happening right now. You're definitely leveling your 2 here. You fucked up heavy, so you don't have clear now, and you're fucking yourself. You should have 3'd it, walked in as soon as you saw you were hitting 2, hit 2 as you were walking at these archers, and then 2'd them and cleared them, and you should be back into base already. You notice they're dying pretty much to your 3. Now you're autoing for no reason. You need to back and get your boots right away. There is nothing else you should be doing. You started boots 2. Whenever you start an item rank 2, the idea is to back right away, almost instantly, like 1, 2, 3 waves max in, and we can jump back ahead to where we were. You're fucking, let's see how far you get here. This applies to any time you start with a rank 2 item and not a starter item. You're trying to rush that item. You need to actually rush it. We're almost 3 minutes in. You still haven't got boots. You have 1,300 gold. You're taking a lot of damage for no reason. I'm just trying to get ahead a little bit farther here, because your play here is fine. Like, you're kind of debating for the set, but the set can't kill because you don't have mana, and it's a Nuwa. The set definitely could have killed the Nuwa there. I'm not sure if we've seen yet. If the Nuwa has warriors, it would have been difficult, but you guys definitely had kill potential there by the set, so not going to knock you on that. You still haven't back for boots at 3.5 minutes, So I'm pretty much just going to keep harping on that over and over and over and over again. In the solo lane too. So if you solo lane a god like APHRO in this situation, it comes up on other gods rarely, but it comes up. You don't need your ult right now. You've been ganked 0 times. You have had 0 fighting in your lane. You don't need the ult right now. It's unnecessary. Level your 3 up, do the damage, have the heals, have the sustain, have the clear. Your ult, you can rank your ult up at level 8. Like, you don't need to worry about that shit right now. I used to play, when APHRO was pretty good, we played with it in the mid lane a lot. And almost every mid laner that played APHRO, if we weren't playing against a big ult god, so say the other mid is like, I don't know, just something you can deal with. It's like Raijin or Agni, but you're not looking at like Poseidon ults or just massive ults you have to avoid. They would delay leveling the ult. You're in that situation. There's no massive ults you're gonna have to avoid. You're not worried about the Vulcan coming over. It's not happening. You finally have boots and you're going book. It looks like I would not go book here. I would go Chronos Pendant. You're gonna be able to spam more, which is gonna keep you safe for longer, and it's gonna have the MP5 to keep your mana up when you are rotating. You don't have blue buff. Even with blue buff, you're struggling if you're spamming your abilities right now, which you are. You're stunning a lot, which is very unnecessary. If you are going to waste your mana and use your stun, you need to be 3ing off of it. You need to 1, 3 every time, or don't use your stun unless you're trying to save yourself. I do like to play here. You aggressively push her forward. You're looking at it the right way. You should be in melee range here just to be as close as possible because she's fucking scared. She doesn't know what to do. But, you know, you're doing this right. You played that okay. You got a lot of poke off. Perfectly fine. Make sure you aren't doing this too. You have your 1 at rank 1, your 2 at rank 2, and your 3 at rank 2. Don't do that shit. You're maxing an ability first. The only time and the only gods that don't do that is when they need more of a longer CC on an ability to make it useful, or they're clearing in the jungle and they need rank 2 of it to clear. You're not in either of those situations. Max your fucking 3. He's getting poked by you on his 2 because he's a fucking idiot, not because you're doing something crazy. He's just playing stupid as fuck. Max your 3, please. I do love the aggression here. I think you killed yourself. All right, so you kind of misplayed here. We're gonna go back a little bit. All right, so in your head, you're like, I'm gonna fucking dive here. I want a W key, right? So if your 3 was leveled up, you would add a lot more damage. First of all, 2, you saw her start to clear the creeps. She cleared the first 2 melees. You need to let the archers go in, so you're not instantly taking an extra tower shot like you're about to. So you get tower shot right there, right? You already won. You throw out your 3. You hit your 2. Solid, right? You got hit again by the fucking tower, right? Your healing was going off though. If you'd have saved your 2 for the very last shot from the tower, this shot that's hitting you right now, you also would have immune the set damage. You did get the kill, which is awesome. And I don't know if it was first blood. It wasn't first blood, but you got the kill, which is great. Only reason you died is because the jungler was there. That's not your fault. You don't have vision. You also should be placing your wards. I haven't seen you place a single ward on that blue buff actually, so that is your fault. I lied. You should be warding every time your ward is up, and then you should be warding outside of that whenever you back, getting an extra ward. But yeah, you could have avoided a lot of damage there. You could have healed more and been healthier if you had been ranking up your 3 over your 2, and you could have had a ward down. So there's a lot you could have done there, and it didn't matter that your jungler is a fucking idiot, or maybe you didn't know where people were. Like, that didn't matter. You did, however, know blue buffs are respawning. If you know blue buffs are respawning, you know the jungler's about to be there because the jungler clears a blue buff on cooldown. So if you see jungle buffs coming up, like the blue buff, the jungler's going to be near you 90% of the time in the early game. Stuff you have to keep in mind. I really don't like you going Book of Thoth here. I just hate it. You're being aggressive too. You're not just playing the AFK game. So I think you could have gotten a lot out of going Chronos Pendant and just having full CDR essentially. You wouldn't actually have full CDR, but you'd have almost full CDR. You'd be spamming a lot more and be way more annoying for a Nuwa who has no sustain than you are with this Book of Thoth just chilling. Also, I don't know why you're doing this. Your 3 is rank 3 and then your 2 is rank 3. Why are you leveling them up simultaneously? Don't do that. Max the ability. Max your 3. Shouldn't your 3 be maxed out right now? I don't know if I'm doing the math wrong in my head. I know your 3 should be a higher rank than your 2 at this point in the game, because you're level 8. It would just be very, very good for you sustain wise, and you're not getting more damage out of leveling your 2 at this point. Like, it's not, nothing dramatic is happening from this. So just make sure you're not going back and forth on every god you play. It's just weird. I gotta stop worrying about it. That was weird. Let's look at this team fight real quick since I was skipping over it. So you're low mana. You do not have blue buff. The jungler's here again. You are horrific. You pop, your ult is down, so it's good. You sustain, which is great. You played that really well. Lived, fantastic. Set gets a kill on your team. Nua's ulting. More, I see you want to help here, but when you see a full wave and the dude dying, clear the wave and just back the fuck out. Be safe. You gotta grab your blue buff, I guess, because it's on the ground. But play for yourself. Play selfishly. Play to just live and move on. This Nua is blowing my mind. She could clear from range and never be touched by you if she wanted to, and she just isn't doing it. All right, so you leveled your ult up again here too. Your ability leveling is horrible. It is absolutely horrible. Your ult doesn't need to be leveled up. It's not doing shit for you. You're going to get the immunity no matter what. You don't need the extra 0.00005 seconds. Just level your fucking 3. You're building for damage. Play for your damage. Then level your 2. And then level your 1. And then level your ult. Please. For the love of everything. Know how you want to be leveling your abilities when you go into the game. There is, like I said, I can't, this is just weird. On most gods, this isn't even how it would look, but I hate that you're like evenly leveling everything out. It just feels like something's going wrong. Very, very, very quickly, something's going wrong. You're also 9 minutes in. You're just literally fighting this Nua over and over again, which is dope. You're no problem brawling with her, which means you're confident and you're comfortable, which is perfect. You're leveling really slow here too. You should be a higher level. You have not warded their blue yet. It looks like you're finally trying to focus this. Okay, you waste. All right. We're gonna have this conversation because this happens with a lot of the people that are watching this video. The Nua just used her whole entire kit. Everything used right here, right? Everything's down, right? Right here. Boom. Everything's down. Her kit's down. That's everything. Her 1 is down. Her 3 is down. His 2 is down. I realize you ulted to avoid the 1's damage, but I'm almost positive he is not leveling that, or he'd be using that to clear from range. So that probably would have done 80 damage, which means you still would have been perfectly fine. You're wasting your ult here. Your 3 is coming up, so you have sustain. The whole kit is down from Nua, and now if you're out of position again and Nua ults you, or no, sorry, Nua does damage to you, full fucking combos you, you're dead. You will die. You need to ult there, but before the damage comes in, or you need to hold your ult and save it for the next time. Because you're putting yourself in very awkward situations. Right now, you're open for the freest gank ever because you're stacking a Book of Thoth. You have no defense. You have limited mobility. You have no ultimate. You have no beats. If I am Sylvanas or I am the set, I'm going to kill you right now. The only reason you get away with this is if the other team is bad. You're finally warding, which is good, but it's a really bad ward. This ward has absolutely no value for you. You need to be warding up here or under. This ward is literally completely worthless. Completely worthless. You do live, which is solid. Fantastic. Skipping ahead a little bit. You haven't really made your presence known, which is okay. You're just trying to get into the late game once you guys are grouping. I would like to see you proxying and rotating a lot more. That's the main thing I would like. You're being aggressive, which is good. Or Set's being aggressive and you're following up, which is fine. See how you play this out. Looks like nothing's gonna come of that at all. Just keep them sustained. Your alternative lanes are doing great. All right. No. Now you're building a Doom Orb. You're playing Aphrodite. You don't need these items. They're not bad. Don't get me wrong. But get CDR. You need to spam heal your teammates. That is your job. Your job is not big damaging mage. Your job is keep your teammates alive and poke in between keeping them alive. You're not setting yourself up to do that. You don't need fucking Doom Orb. Your fights in lane seem to keep going the same way. So you're 13 minutes in. There should be no more solo lane fighting. You also shouldn't be level 12. You should be like level 14 or 15 right now by doing their back camps, doing your back camps, proxying and rotating. You haven't really made your presence known. It's nice you get a solo kill here, but it's simply because the other people are bad. You also once again leveled your ult up. Unfucking necessary. Get your 2 leveled up now so you do more damage. Still split pushing. You need to rotate and get in or start calling for objectives and telling your team to group around the portal demon for yourself. You guys should be able to do portal for free on Nuwa over and over again. I like to use the ult aggressively there in a way. You wanted to stay in the fight without taking too much. Anti-heal's coming out. Don't know if you noticed that you were on, so you died. Positioning there is super awkward. You don't need to stand underneath of the Nuwa. You could link to the set, play super far back, and just 2 for your damage to do damage off the set. Your 2 goes off on the set when you were linked. You didn't know that. Anyone else didn't know that. Now you know. You could have done your damage from range and not died. You're really screwing yourself over right now with your build. Heavily with your build. Because if you had CDR, your abilities would be up so much more. And you'd keep around the same amount of power. Not quite the exact same, but around it. You don't need the movement speed. You're not rotating at all. So the do more movement speed ain't doing shit for you. You have no pen. And like I said, your positioning is kind of bad. Ability leveling's evening out now because you're level 15, but it's still pretty meh. Trying to wait, see if you group up. 17 minutes, you guys are still clearing your lane. You need to... nice. That was a really good combo right there. I like that kiss for the wall. That was really solid. You need to go group. 3 this wave and leave, please. 3 the wave. Now go over. Rotate to mid lane. Why are you here? So you don't need to 2 this. You don't need to 2. You don't need to auto this. It dies on its own. You should be in the mid lane right now. You should have already been halfway there. You should be linking up with somebody right now and full healing them. Because the only reason like they won the fight, which is solid, but you don't know that, and you don't know they're going to win the fight beforehand. You need to rotate. I hate when my solo laners or any side lanes stand there and auto attack the wave. You don't just 3 the wave and leave. Leave. Go. You did it this time finally. Go. Get the fuck out of there. Get to the team fights. You win Smite by being in team fights and winning team fights and getting objectives, not by standing in your lane auto attacking creeps, especially when you guys have a fucking 10k goal lead. It also looks like you aren't calling for objectives on your own. You need to tell people to group up around your shit. All right, you're anti-healed. You're still walking at her, and I don't know why. You don't need to do this. You're 18 minutes in. You need to group around objectives. You guys doing that has no value. Your Izanami just dashed in, which is fucking... She's just balls of the wall insane. Your ultimate immunes the new ult, but once again, could have been held to just sustain in the back. You need to sit back farther and heal. If you had CDR, your abilities would have been up already. Would have been up twice. You could have gone through 3 rotations of abilities instead of 2. Move ahead a little bit. You're still haven't been really part of any objectives. So you're fighting again in the same spot, but you're with your jungler. You're linked, so it's a little bit different now. I'm okay with it. You're really just following him in, which he's doing some dumb shit here, not you. This is way too deep. Play 4 objectives. I like the poke. I like the push back in, thinking your set would be there, but your set's a fucking idiot, so he bailed on you. He called you in. He couldn't get anything off, and then he just stood there. Doing some dumb stuff. You're linked to the Athena. So in these fights, you want to make sure you're linked to the set because you can one-shot your full... Well, your kind of full damage. You have a lot of gold. You should have backed and sold... Or backed and bought way before now. Like right now you need to be backing and stop worrying about your teammates. You need to tell them I have 3k gold. I need to back the fuck off. That's an entire item plus. Like this is a dumb fight. This is stupid. It's because you have the lead that it's okay. But overall, if this is a close game, this is stupid. Anyway, you want to link to your set for the initiation because you can heal him. You can ult him to keep him alive, and you can burst off of him with your 2 like you just did. And then outside of that, if set breaks or you can't be linked to the set, be linked with your carries in the back line to peel for them, keep them in the fight. And that's how all your fights are going to go pretty much all the time. Occasionally linking to the support as he goes into blink and fucking taunt, whatever is fine. Great, can do a little bit of damage. You really don't want to 2 off your Athena though. You want the taunts to be clean and you want to heal the Athena up. But like I said, jungler, in this case, set first, then carries, then Athena in that order. For your links. Outside of that, please back to base. Back. Don't sit on this much gold. Items in this game are huge. If you're over a full item, you should not be fighting. You should be backing and buying that item. This is a very bad habit to be normal for you. If it is normal, you do this regularly, you're fucking yourself. Really hard. Really, really hard. Your team is in a team fight here, super poke, because they're also just not playing for objectives and kind of being out of position a lot. I just want to see you in one real big team fight where you 5-man group and you walk at them. I'm really hoping it happens like now, or over Fire Giant or something. This is actually a good gank. I still don't like your build. I fucking hate your build. You have no flat pen at 23 minutes. You don't have full CDR. You're even 30% CDR at 23 minutes. Your build tilts me heavily in this current meta that Smite's in. I like the commitment to the tower. You got left Phoenix really poked out. You guys need to go get this fucking Fire Giant already. It's really far into this game where you have a massive lead. You guys haven't done fire. You're doing pyro. Just do the fire. You guys got to not be scared. You have sustain with Aphrodite. You can do fire like 18 minutes as long as you have wards down. Also, your vision control has been terrible. I don't know if I've seen you ward regularly at all yet this game. I'm skipping ahead because it's just a lot of you guys fighting by yourselves, like one-on-one fights throughout the map, no grouping. You're playing Aphrodite. If you're gonna fight one-on-one, why aren't you playing a warrior? Aphrodite does not excel at one-on-one fights. You excel at grouping with your team and just sustaining through everything. This guy is just jumping around, not even playing the match, trolling. So that's the entire match. Work on your grouping, work on your item leveling. Really focus. I know it's hard because your teammates are fucking probably stupid too, just based on the things they were doing. It's not just you doing it in this match. Your whole team is doing it. You guys need to group more. VGS as a solo laner, rotate to the mid camp so you don't need to VGS. Like when you see mids respawning, rotate over. When you think you can like clear a wave, then go to the past the tier 1 tower. So clear the wave, go around the blue in between tier 1 tier 2, clear the next wave, and then rotate into the mid lane. Look for fights, look for groups, look for gold furies. You could do a lot as a solo laner, but if you're just sitting in your lane, you're not going to do a lot. You're not going to be relevant. And if you're not telling your team you can do Fire Giant at 18 minutes because you can heal them, then what's the use of playing Aphrodite? You got really negative value out of playing Aphrodite in this game to me. You also could have played the lane a little bit better. The lane was against Nuas, so it was weird, so I don't blame you. There was a massive room for improvement, and all of this stuff is going to apply to all solo laners, and it's going to even more is going to apply to your mage solo laners or your squishier solo laners. Just make use of what the god does and what the playstyle is.